From awkward exchanges to guests dumping heirlooms in front of Fiona Bruce, these are the most shocking storm-offs in Antiques Roadshow and Road Trip. Antiques Roadshow, the wholesome, long-running BBC programme, sees passionate collectors peddle their wares across the country for valuation from top experts. The TV show, hosted by Fiona Bruce, debuted in 1971, with its 48th season set to air shortly. Numerous specials, like last year's D-Day Extravaganza and A History of Food show, have since aired, alongside dedicated spin-off shows like Priceless Antiques Roadshow and Antiques Road Trip. The latter, produced by STV Studios, was initially broadcast on BBC Two between 2010 and 2012 before getting an upgrade to BBC One in 2013. For 30 seasons, Antiques Roadshow favourites such as Mark Hill and Margie Cooper have banded together with other specialists to traverse around the UK. While on their jaunt, the experts go head-to-head, picking up bargains for cheap in the hopes of making a tidy profit to donate to children in need. While both shows are relatively low stakes, there have been some furious storm-offs and bust-ups between presenters over the years. Below, we've explored some of the most memorable moments from both Antiques Roadshow and Antiques Road Trip. These include Will Farmer recounting how a man brought him a supermarket oil bottle to valuate, and the time Phil Sorrell was forced to exit an auction house after making a devastating loss. Fiona Bruce, 60, has firmly helmed Antiques Roadshow since taking over from the legendary Michael Aspel, 92, in 2008. Last year, the star, who has also served as Question Time's presenter for the last 6 years, discussed some behind-the-scenes action during her appearance on ITV's Celebrity Catchphrase. Fiona was asked by host Stephen Mulhern if she'd ever seen anybody really cheesed off while presenting Antiques Roadshow, to which she replied, "Many times. Some people came along once, a couple, and they had an enormous painting, they lugged it along and it took them ages. Eventually, the specialist saw it and said, £30 maybe, and they were so cross. They dumped it against a hedge and stormed off." In a 2023 interview with The Express, Will Farmer reflected on the awkward moment a gentleman pulled a green glass bottle from his bag, wanting to understand when it was made. "I asked, 'Are you a collector, have you inherited it? Where is it from?' He mentioned he'd purchased it from an antique shop, so I knew I had to tread carefully," he began. According to the ceramics and glass expert, the Antiques Roadshow guest had been led to believe he'd purchased a rare 17th-century glass bottle for £1,000. Will then consulted with his colleagues who discovered the item was actually just a common green bottle from a supermarket with no value. Unfortunately, he then had to relay this information to his guest, who was apparently not happy. "I had to go back and I remember this poor man's face dropped. He just took it out of my hand, put it in the bag, and walked off." Antiques Road Trip, the long-standing BBC programme's younger sister, has had its own fair share of bust-ups and jaw-dropping moments. One particularly memorable moment on the show in 2017 was during Mark Stacey and Catherine Southan's jaunt in Scotland. At the time of the incident, the Bargain Hunt alumni were heading on a 62-mile trip to the town of Kilbirnie in North Ayrshire. However, their arrival was delayed due to their soft-top vehicle breaking down on the side of the road. Unfortunately, it appeared neither Mark nor Catherine had a knack for deducing car faults or getting motors back on the road. "I just don't know. I really don't know," Catherine said, sparking a retort from her fellow traveller. "Well, thank you very much, Catherine," Mark responded, claiming his co-host was trying to sabotage his chance at victory. No, listen. You're a saboteur. I've now got to struggle up to my shop," he claimed. "Mark, it's 300 yards. It's not far. It's hardly a struggle," Catherine replied. After some more back and forth, Mark ended up slamming his way out of the car, storming up the path and leaving the woman behind. "So you're just going to leave me and abandon me in the middle of nowhere with this car?" she cried. In 2018, Rue Irvin and Philip Sorrell embarked on the Ultimate Antiques Challenge, heading to outlets in Oxfordshire in the hopes of scooping some hidden gems. However, it went from bad to worse for the latter, who spent a stunning £424.30 to secure 5 items to sell at auction. Unfortunately, Philip's items, including a silver yacht, failed to set the Warwickshire auction house alight, forcing him to make a loss of nearly £130. Dismayed that his hard work had gone to waste, Philip stormed out of the building, telling his business partner, "I think I need some fresh air."